I'm so sick and tired of coming on here every video and being negative. I'm so sick and tired of it. I'm so sick and tired of this team. I'm so sick and tired of it, guys. We sit 4 games over 500. Think about the roster we had going into this season. And right now, on September the 15th, we are only 4 over 500, and we drop out of the race for the wild card. Enough is enough, everybody. Enough. We are not making the playoffs. We are not making the playoffs. Get that through your head. We are not making the playoffs. We are not. We are done. We've been done for a month. What is it going to take for people to understand? And I guarantee if we sweep out the Braves, people are still going to find a way to get help them. I don't care what happens the rest of the way. We are done. They'll still find a way to screw it up. Whenever this team shows a little light, they draw you in, and then, boom, there's darkness. And then they go back to being the Phillies again. We are not making the playoffs. We are not making the playoffs. How many times am I going to say it? We are done. We are done. And I don't know what it's going to take for this fan base to understand that. Maybe, even next year, maybe we're talking about. We are done, ladies and gentlemen. And at this point, for me, I'm looking forward to, if you're a Phillies fan, you're looking forward to 2020. I'm looking forward to 2020. I'm done with 2019. I'm mentally just checked out with 19. I'm ready for 20. So 20, please come already. And this season's over, right? And for the Phillies to go 500, they have to finish with a 6-8 road trip rest of the way. So that's what it's going to take for us to be 500 rest of the year. 6-8 on this road trip. So that's what it's going to take for us to, be. That's embarrassing. Okay, that is another embarrassment. It shows how poor this organization is. This organization is just an utter disgrace, guys. Matt Klentak, he doesn't know what he's doing. Okay, and I'm just so sick and tired of this franchise. It's just they have to go 6-8. Excuse me, that was my bad. But anyway. Guys, I'm so sick and tired of the rest of the season. They have to go 6-8. I'm just so sick and tired of this whole organization. This Klentak went into the season with a couple young horses, with like 3 young horses, like the Eflins and the Eflins of the world, the Vinces of the world, right? And he thought they were going to be reliable and guys that he could count on to win ball games. And boy, that was backfired. If we had a better manager, if we had better pitching, I guarantee you we would be in the playoffs. But because we have a boneheaded manager that doesn't know what he's doing, this is why we sit a game back from 3rd place. That's right. We are officially a game back. We have fallen into the pits, ladies and gentlemen. On my Instagram, on my, YouTube and everything, I have an emoji. There's a 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place emoji. Oh, you know what? I run out. We started out at 1st, fall down 2nd. And we fall down to 3rd. Oh, now I ran out of emojis. So now what am I going to do? It's a joke. Really, it's a joke. And that should put an explanation for on the season we've had. And if Klentak doesn't think that Kapler needs to go, then he needs to go too. Get him out. If he doesn't want to get rid of Kapler, they both need to go. Middleton needs to both kick them both to the curb, to be honest. Now, I do not think all of this is Klentak's fault. I definitely think Kaplan needs to be fired, okay? But not Matt McClintock. So, overall, guys, terrible performance out of the Phillies today. You have Bryce Harper, your best player, getting ejected. You have Gabe Kapler, the manager, getting ejected. I think they're just pissed. I don't know what pitch they're arguing about because that pitch to Rhys Hoskins was right down the middle, literally right down the middle of the play. I think it was another pitch. It had to be. But it's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing, guys. It's a joke. It's really a joke. I'm just so sick and tired of this team, guys. I'm just like mentally checked out. Okay, like I really am. Like this team is so good at like getting people's like emotions just at an all-time low, and I'm not surprised. Okay, we go to Boston. We were talking about this. John was on last week saying, you don't think that Boston's going to be coming here trying to get some redemption after we swept them out? Well, that's what they did. They came here and swept us out of our home stadium. And now we have to go to Atlanta. I don't even care. At this point, just nosedive. That way, if we do go 500 the rest of the way, we finish like above 500. Let's say we finish with a 10-4. We go 10-4 the rest of the season. Then, and we still don't make the playoffs. Then, what's going to happen is that Clentak and Middleton, or maybe not Middleton, but Clentak and McPhail and everybody else are going to be like, oh, well, we got our act together. You know, we don't have to get rid of Gabe Kapler. I mean, you know, he's okay. You know, he doesn't need to go. You know, he's not the bad guy here. We don't need to get rid of him. They're going to be able to justify. We don't need any pitching. All we need to do is just go into next year. Think about how strong we finished. But instead, if we go 4-10, then you have no choice. The fan base is going to be furious if they don't do it. They have no choice but to fire Gabe Kapler, which should have been done last year. He shouldn't even been here for 2019. He shouldn't have even been here. Why was he even running out on the field on opening day to manage this baseball team? He's not manager material. He looks like a clown. He is. He's a surfer dude. Go back to Hollywood, Bo. Like, you don't belong here. He's a joke. It's a disgrace, guys. It's a disgrace. I don't think I need to say anymore. I'm ready for 20. Who else is with me, right? I'm just ready for 2020. At this point, the only thing I'm focused on is Phillies update said. I was already thinking it before he even said it, but I didn't want him to think I was like taking his idea. The only thing I'm focused on right now is that we finished 500. I really don't want to be. The last time we finished 500 was 2012. So it's been a while. So we have to finish 500. I mean, we have to. And the last time we finished over 500 was in 2011. So we have to. It's been a really long time. This shows how bad this organization has been since, you know, losing some of its, you know, core players that like were, you know, in good management, right? And this team, just no heart, no offense. Mike Schmidt was talking about it after the game. Nothing. Just went to sleep, you know. Took a little nap, I guess. Well, they've been napping all season pretty much. I mean, I guess when not all season, they've had their fire occasionally. When they want to do it, they'll perform. But not consistent. They're not consistent. This offense is nothing but consistent. It's not consistent. So, oh boy, not good, ladies and gentlemen. It's not good. I don't think I need to say any more. Top of the first inning, J.D. Martinez hits the sacrifice fly. Benintendi scores. It's 1-0 Boston. Rhys Hoskins in the bottom of the second inning hits his 27th home run of the year to left field, 421 feet, and it's tied at 1. Then in the top of the third, the big below, Jason Vargas is terrible. Terrible. I was on this video cast a couple months ago. It was probably in like late July, like right after I got back from Florida. I was talking with baseball guy Sean, he doesn't even make videos anymore. I think his account got shut down, or he shut it down. I think he took a break. We were talking, and we were talking about how Jason Vargas would do in Philly. And he was telling me, as a Philly fan, it would really scare me, you know, to see Vargas in Philly, judging by since he's a fly-ball pitcher. He had most of his success in Kansas City because that's a very pitcher-friendly ballpark. It's huge. And then when you come to Philly, then that's like a little sandbox here in Philly. And he was letting up all these. I mean, he hasn't been the answer. I don't think we expected him to be when he came here. But this is just proving Sean and our point that he isn't made to be in Philly. He's a fly ball pitcher. Fly ball pitchers don't do well in Philly. So yeah, guys, that was a joke. So you had a grand slam from Christian Vasquez. It's 5-1 in the top of the third. Then the bottom of the fifth, Cesar Hernandez singles to right. Kingery scores. It's now 5-2. Then Vasquez, why not again? Homers to left, down the left field line, and it's now 6-2. Then in the bottom of the sixth inning, Gene Segura singled to center. Hoskins scored us now 6-3. But it didn't even matter. We lost the ball game 6-3 final score. Offense, I combined 4 runs in this whole series, which is just terrible. Terrible. And the Red Sox scored 8 runs in the series. So it wasn't really an offensive explosion for either team. But the Phillies just look so terrible. They really, really do. And we're 4 games over. We have to finish 6-8 the rest of the way, guys, if we want to finish 500. Part of me wants to, but like if the organization can find any excuse to keep this joke of a manager, they're going to. So it just shows how sad, and it just shows how sad this organization really is, guys. The fact that we don't even have the guts to fire our manager who doesn't know what he's doing. It's really, really a shame. So that's how I feel about that whole situation with Kapler and Klentak and everybody else. So it's another disgrace, guys. He needs to go. And if it's gonna take Klentak to get fired too, I'd do it. If Kapler, the only way you can get rid of Kapler is fire Klentak too, then I want them both gone. Okay? We need him gone. We need both of them gone. The last I heard from Matt Klentak about Gabe Kapler, he loved Gabe Kapler. He loved him. He was supporting him. Well, that was a couple weeks ago. So maybe hopefully his opinion changed, or he's just screwing with the fan base, and maybe it's different behind closed doors. Cesar Hernandez 2 for 4, 1 runs, 1 RBI, 2 strikeouts. I meant to say 1 RBI, not 1 run. JT Muto 1 for 4. Bryce Harper 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. We'll talk about him getting ejected. Jose Perella 0 for 2, 1 strikeout. Rhys Hoskins 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, 1 RBI, 1 walk. Brad Miller 0 for 3. Jay Bruce 0 for 1. Gene Segura 1 for 4, 1 RBI. Scott Kingery 0 for 3, 1 run scored, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Has there been a colder hitter on this team than Scott Kingery? I just want to say that. Scott Kingery has been just terrible. He has been terrible. He's been so bad. He's hitting 260 now. Think about what he was hitting in mid-June. Even July. Even going into August, he was hitting a 270 average, which is very respectable. Now he's fallen off, and he's about to fall into the 250s. So he's really been bad. Oh, Adam Hazley 0 for 2, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Logan Morrison 0 for 1. Well, it just shows how bad Jason Vargas pitched. He didn't even get in that bat. That just shows how bad he pitched. Logan Morrison 0 for 1. Phil Gosselin 1 for 1. Phil Gosselin has he's been great off the bench. I don't know why he was in the minors for so long. It's ridiculous. I'd totally take him over Sean Rodriguez any day of the week. Michael Franco 0 for 2 and 1 strikeout in this one. So take a look at the pitching summary in this one. Jason Vargas, 3 innings, 3 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them were earned, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Nick Vincent, 2 innings, 3 strikeouts. Mike Warren, an inning, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout. Cole Irvin, 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk. And Jared Hughes, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. So Jason Vargas only goes 3 innings, and he has 4 earned runs. He's terrible, man. And I know I was talking about it earlier. Maybe you could pick up the option for, Jason Vargas. Maybe bring him back next year. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it should happen. He's not meant to be in Philly. There's some pitchers, some players that just don't do well in certain environments and don't do well in certain ballparks, right? Don't do well in certain leagues. There's a lot of circumstances. And Jason Vargas belongs in a place like a Kansas City, even a Dodger Stadium, these hitter-friendly, these pitcher-friendly, I should say, pitcher-friendly ballparks. That's where they belong. They don't belong in places like Citizens Bank, Cincinnati, Coors Field. Imagine how bad he pitched at Coors Field. Oh, boy. So he belongs in a pitcher-friendly ballpark like Kansas City. That would be a perfect place to go back to. He doesn't belong in Philly or, Cincinnati or, Coors Field, all these other hitter-friendly ballparks that are out there. And I just don't have time to go through each and every one of them. Even Boston, New York, Yankee Stadium, all that kind of stuff. But overall, guys, it's just terrible. Absolutely terrible. I don't think I need to say anymore. And if this organization doesn't fire Gabe Kapler, I am literally going to be done with this team, guys. I'm going to be done with this team. I don't know how I could root for this organization anymore if they don't fire that man. Like, he's just so bad, and he needs to get the boot out of Philly. He doesn't know how to manage a baseball team, guys. He's absolutely horrible. So, yeah, I don't even care anymore. I just hope we just take a nosedive. To be honest, that's how bad our season is. That's what it's come to. You know, that should tell you everything you need to know about this team. That the fact that I'm rooting for a nosedive in our standings, which is an absolute joke, by the way. It's just an absolute disgrace. 7:20, the first, we get an off day on Monday, like we even need it. We just had an off day on Friday. This is our last off day of the year. Dallas Keuchel, 8-5 with a 3.35 ERA, going against Vin Velasquez, 6-7 with a 4.95 ERA. MLB TV free game of the day if you want to tune in. You can get the Braves game or the Phillies game if you're away or traveling. Then the second game, Eflin, 8-12 with a 4.20 ERA, going against Teheran, 10-9 with a 3.50 ERA. And then the finale game on Wednesday, 12-10, the first pitch. It will be Aaron Nola, 12-5 with a 3.62 ERA, going against Soroka, 12-4 with a 2.57 ERA. So, guys, that is pretty much it. Phillies did not get the job done. They are a joke of a franchise, and they're not going to make the playoffs. And I think we've known that for like a month, as some guy put it. We have. It's facts, bro. It's facts. I mean, we've known that for a month. This isn't something new. This organization is a joke. And can the fans just finally just put it to rest? Like, we're not making the playoffs. Like, enough. We're not making the playoffs, man. Come on. I'm sick and tired of hearing it, man. Just shut it, man. Enough. We're not making it. We don't deserve a playoff spot. With this organization, with our coaching, with our doofus manager, we don't deserve it, man. So, guys, that's pretty much it. The Phillies get swept out by the Boston Red Sox. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. And Atlanta, 7-20, the first pitch. I'm ready for the Eagles game tonight, guys. I don't even care about the Phillies anymore, to be honest. They're terrible. I'm ready for 2020. I really am. I'm so ready for 2020. I can't wait to see the Phillies in 2020. I want to see a new manager. I want to see new pitchers. And I want to see some other minor improvements made to the pen and everything else. So, guys, that's pretty much it. Check out the social media link in the description below. And to add to that, before maybe even a new general manager, if our general manager just can't, make the right moves. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. Social media link in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am Luke. 7:20, the first pitch in Atlanta. I'll talk to you all later. See you guys.